Clark County Today is presented by Cano Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting canorealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Chris Brown here with your Thursday edition of the Clark County Today video update. One day after setting the lowest daily total for new COVID-19 cases in 2 months, Clark County Public Health reported 48 new positive tests a day, one of the highest daily totals in the past month. Now, the total number of confirmed cases reached 2,378 with no new deaths reported. The number of people hospitalized with a confirmed case remained at 19, with suspected cases dropping to 5, bringing the percentage of beds occupied by a confirmed or suspected COVID-19 case under 4%. Statewide infection rates have been slowly falling, with just under 105 new cases per 100,000 people in the past 2 weeks. The Clark County rate is hovering around 75 new cases per 100,000 residents. Well, we're learning more about a North County crash that killed 2 men on Tuesday. The Clark County Sheriff's Office says their investigation shows a Ford F-150 driven by 45-year-old James Jones of Battleground went off the right shoulder of Lucia Falls Road near 215th Avenue. Jones then apparently overcorrected, causing the truck to slide across the road, tipping on its side, then hitting an embankment before impacting a tree. Jones, along with his passenger, 24-year-old Colin Riley of Vancouver, were declared dead at the scene. And there was some talk about a bright LED light on the front of a passing off-road vehicle coming the opposite direction that may have temporarily blinded Jones, but further investigation has cast some doubt on that. Jones and Riley were reportedly returning from bicycling near Molten Falls Park at the time of the accident. The cause of the crash remains under investigation. The impact of Clark County's COVID-19 outbreak on the area's homeless population hasn't been as severe as many worried it might be. Out of 145 tests that were done at Clark County homeless shelters, no cases have been reported. Some of this may be due to more shelter space being kept open during the summer, efforts to pass out masks and hygiene products to homeless populations, and an East Vancouver Motel 6 that has housed over 80 people during the pandemic and also been used to help quarantine people who don't otherwise have a safe place to stay. Now, there are an estimated 500 homeless people in Clark County, many of whom are considered high risk for COVID-19, but thus far none of the 45 deaths blamed on the virus have come from the homeless population. To read more about that success story, check out our full write-up at clarkcountytoday.com. A local restaurant owner is speaking out in defense of his struggling industry. Mark Mathias, the owner of Beach's Restaurant and Bar and Warehouse 23 in Vancouver, penned a letter to area elected officials, Clark County Public Health Director Dr. Alan Melnick and Governor Jay Inslee, about the impact of restrictions put in place to address the COVID-19 pandemic. Mathias believes that restaurants can actually provide healthier and safer social opportunities for area residents than they would encounter in their own homes or other venues. He also provided several suggestions on how to alter current restrictions on restaurants that would help the businesses have a chance at profitability, which Mathias says is impossible under the current guidelines. Mathias said he's speaking out for others in the restaurant industry and imploring elected officials and community leaders to understand that the current path of indefinite restrictions has a predictable outcome: failure. Speaking of COVID-19 restrictions, it seems the government mandate to stay home but get outside and exercise when possible has led to more and more people on bicycles. As our own Paul Valencia finds out, local bike shops are struggling to keep up with demand.
The pandemic has affected so many businesses, as we know. Some, however, have benefited. Bicycle shops. Oh my gosh. Bicycles booming. A booming industry. Roland Wright Bike Repair Shop in East Vancouver is full. It's, he's got so many bikes parked in his parking lot and in his shop.
So ever since COVID has affected our communities, I feel like bikes and bike parts have turned into the toilet paper of 4.5, 5 months ago. They just don't exist because all these awesome people decided to ride their bikes, which is really cool. So I opened up my business so I could be nice to people, with their retail experiences, and then more so, as far as my industry, shop guys are known for having ego and caring about your equipment and all of that other stuff. And I wanted to create an environment that, made everybody feel comfortable about their equipment. Your $10,000 bike, your Walmart special, I don't care, just go ride. Just go ride and be happy. So, without the egos and stuff like that.
All right, thanks so much for that, Paul. If you manage to snag a bike during this pandemic, you may need it to get into Portland next month. The upcoming closure of the Interstate Bridge northbound span on I-5 starts September 12th and lasts 9 days while crews work to repair the lift mechanism. Meanwhile, crews with Washington's Department of Transportation have been scrambling to complete several projects aimed at helping to mitigate some of the delays anticipated on I-5 southbound during the closure. One such project, the addition of a bus on shoulder lane for CTrans, wrapped up late last week, and bus drivers will soon begin training. The change also allows buses to use the left shoulder when traffic speeds dip below 35 miles per hour on the freeway. And WashDOT is also working to wrap up a new project to install southbound metered ramps from 78th Street to SR14 and signage designed to warn motorists of problems ahead, including lane closures and congestion. The goal is to begin switching those systems on in early September with full operability in time for that bridge project. Well, hey, speaking of public transportation, one of CTrans' young professionals recently received some big-time recognition from industry leaders. Back over to Paul Valencia with more on that story.
Eric Florup was surprised and honored to learn he was being nationally recognized for his performance as the public affairs coordinator at CTrans. He said he just loves his job and he loves working with a successful team. Here's Eric.
My name is Eric Florup. I'm the Public Affairs Coordinator for CTrans, and I was honored to be named one of Mass Transit Magazine's 40 Under 40 this year. It was a surprise and an honor to be included in a really impressive bunch of folks in this industry, and I take it as a reflection on the good work that CTrans does and the phenomenal team that I get to be a part of. So I'm proud to be recognized, but even more proud to be a part of the CTrans team. So as Public Affairs Coordinator, my roles for CTrans include video production. I do our in-house videos for the agency. I manage our social media accounts, do other communications work, and also help with the public events that we're normally involved with out in the community. So it's a lot of different things on different days, and I appreciate the variety to have in my job.
All right, thanks so much for that, Paul, and congratulations, Eric. And there's your Thursday video update from ClarkCountyToday.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. You can also reach us with story ideas, feedback, and more via email. news@ClarkCountyToday.com is the address. For all of us, I'm Chris Brown. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you again at this time tomorrow.